Before I get started on the review for this week's episode of My Adventures with Superman, I just want to say that I recently got a chance to watch the Invincible Presents Atom Eve special that they did, and I must say I really did enjoy it. I won't give away too many spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. I just want to say if you haven't, you really should check it out. It's a really interesting story. I mean, I kind of know the story since I know about Atom Eve and stuff from the Invincible comics, but the way you get to find out how much she went through at such a young age, how she had to deal with certain things, her own creation, what that meant, having to fight, and it didn't really hold back on a lot. I will say though that her parents were pretty much assholes. And mother was trying, but ultimately they were really kind of assholes. But still, it was a really, really well done episode, and you should really check it out if you haven't yet. I must say it's really, really well done. That being the case, let's get into this week's episode of My Adventures with Superman, which is now officially a CW show. So the episode starts off with Lois being queen of the bitches as usual because she's pissed that Clark didn't tell her that he was Superman even though he's known her for 5 weeks. She's lied to him multiple times and has shown a complete and utter disregard for anything, leaving nothing for him to actually trust about her. So she's trying to reach Jimmy, who last time around went into the woods and got taken by a gorilla. Clark shows up. He can't find Jimmy. He flew over the whole forest and he didn't see anything. So he needs Lois's help. I mean, it's not like he's Superman, but still, whatever. So they go into the woods looking around, and Lois apparently has some survivalist training from her father, so she knows how to track and all kind of stuff. And Clark is just a complete and utter cock in this episode. Honestly, he's there constantly trying to, Lois, I'm sorry, I this and that and the other. And she's like, you whatever. And you're like, what are you apologizing for? You did nothing wrong. So while the two of them are looking around the woods and all of this stuff, Jimmy wakes up in a lab. And apparently somebody wants to collaborate, whatever. Then he ends up meeting Monsieur Mala and the Brain. And the minute they showed up, I just automatically went, no, God, no. They completely screwed them up. Now, keep in mind, the Brain and Monsieur Mala are usually villains that the Doom Patrol has to deal with. But this series just throws anybody in. I mean, Superman has a pretty universal wide rogues gallery that you could choose from, but no, let's just keep picking and choosing people from other places. So the Brain originally supposed to be this evil super genius, and Monsieur Mala is his attendant, and everything that was cool about the Brain, the whole fact that he had a total disregard for anything, and he just wanted to make his plans come to fruition and all that, gone, absolutely gone. This Monsieur Mala and the Brain revealed to Jimmy that they originally worked for Project Cadmus, and that it was a branch of Task Force X, and that they were tasked with developing futuristic technology and this sort of stuff. Task Force X wanted them to create weapons, but they decided to start using the technology to do other things. Now, as it comes to Monsieur Mala, he and the Brain are together. Listen to this sickness, listen to it. Monsieur Mala wasn't a human or something who got changed into a gorilla or anything like that. No, he was an actual gorilla that they gave some kind of serum to, and he became smart. And at the time, the Brain was a human, right? So this hardback human man watch a gorilla and decide he going and screw this gorilla, or this gorilla going and screw he, whatever way they were doing, because I'm pretty sure these sick freaks were going at it before he ended up a literal brain in a bowl. You understand me? That's what they promoted. I'm telling you, the minute I am finished with this review, I'm going to go and pray for the souls of everybody who make this show, because they're all going to hell. Because you literally promoting bold-faced bestiality right there, and also some kind of way interspecies thing, because apparently now that he's a brain in a bowl, they still going at it somehow. I don't even want to know. Think about it. Yeah, so they and they're telling Jimmy about this thing, and Jimmy is still upset because Lois and Clark didn't come with him, and they ignored him. I mean, it's not like you're shitting 12, you're a grown man. But anyway, so then Lois and Clark are in the woods, and Clark, they see this this fence military thing for Area 52, and Lois goes in, Clark goes in, and apparently once he goes in there now, it's protected by some kind of red solar radiation thing, so he gets weaker. But then he's saying that he flew over the forest. How come he didn't see this place? Well, because you're an idiot. It's not like it's invisible. It's just protected by a red solar radiation field. You won't be able to see it. I mean, it's not to say like you were using X-ray vision or something like that, because I don't even think he has X-ray vision yet. But you could have seen it, but no. Because they just need to move along some ridiculous plot point in the show. You flew over the forest, and yet somehow you miss the giant military complex. Yeah. So while they're there, they get chased by some Omak robots and stuff, and they manage to get away for the most of the thing. And then Lois is there telling Clark about she wants some she asked him why he didn't tell her he was Superman, all kind of thing, and she wants some answers and all kind of, and then she makes this ridiculously stupid thing wrong and said, playing victim again. Was it all a lie? Were your feelings for me a lie? I mean, like, why would you think that? What has he ever done to make you think he didn't like you? He saved your life multiple times. You literally jumped off a roof to prove he was Superman, and he flew down and caught you and brought you back up, exposing himself. He could have just let you go splat and then told everybody, oh God, she just jumped off and I couldn't stop her. But no, you know exactly who he is, you know exactly how he feels, but no, because you just need to push this victim hit card, you keep doing this. So literally like 2 minutes later, they activate some traps and all of this stuff, and this robotic gun starts to fire at her, and Clark runs in front of it, and the gun literally strips off his entire shirt, just gone, because that's apparently how it works. And for the rest of this episode, he just walks around shirtless. Now, I don't mind you shirtless. Everybody knows that he's Superman now. Okay, fine, whatever. But my thing about it is the disparity. You would never see Lois running around in her underwear for the entire show. No, because they would be up in arms and oh, that's sexist and that isn't the other. But Clark doing it is perfectly fine. It's the same thing like in Thor: Love and Thunder when Zeus snapped too hard and literally all of Thor's clothes came off. Nobody had a problem with that, but let that had actually happened to the woman, they'd have a problem with it. So anyway, Lois and Clark eventually make it to the Area 52 Cadmus place, and they end up meeting up with Jimmy and Miss Jamal and the rest of them. And then Jimmy reveals that he knows Clark is Superman and he's known all along. Now, this is supposed to be some kind of big reveal, but honestly, it isn't. Because the piss-poor way that Clark has literally been pretending to hide this, I'm surprised everybody doesn't know. I mean, it literally wouldn't surprise me at this point if everybody in Smallville knew, but they just didn't say anything. Because he couldn't hide that for 5 weeks from Lois. You really think he's known Jimmy for years, apparently? He couldn't hide it from him? Jimmy literally reveals that the first day he met him, he ripped a door handle off. But then Jimmy says something that actually makes you think, okay, decent person. He says he's known Clark was Superman all along, but it was a sensitive subject and he figured, he would tell him when he needed to, so he didn't want to push. Okay, Why couldn't Lois be like that? No. But then, literally, immediately, Lois jumps in. You knew all along. Why didn't you tell me? And then one time, Jimmy then turns around and I was like, wait. You told Lois before me. I'm like, oh God, Jesus. So anyway, the robots come attacking again. They go inside the base, and Monsieur Marla and the brain have some black hole generator that they have there that they want to stabilize, to literally open up the down, turn it into a portal to go to another dimension where they will be accepted. Yes, because creepy interspecies bestiality will be accepted everywhere except Earth. That makes perfect sense. The robots break in, they fighting and all of this stuff, and then Clark tells them the reason he didn't tell them he was Superman is because he didn't want them to treat him differently and see him as some kind of alien or something like that. Understandable, he literally had to live with us his whole life. But no, they are all, oh, we don't care about who you are. We're your friends. We like you for who you are, so you can be honest with us. Once again, it's a CW show, right? And to make it even more of a CW show, Monsieur Marlin has said, the only way to stabilize the wormhole is to activate it and let it absorb energy, and that'll stabilize it. That's not how science works. You understand me? A black hole sucks things in and destroys it. Literally, time slows down around it. So why would activating it somehow stabilize it? That doesn't make any kind of sense. But again, like I said, it's a CW show. It doesn't need to make sense. You just need to say it, and that's good enough. So they turn it on, suck in the robot, and then, it stabilizes because that makes sense. Yeah. So then after that, the brain tells Clark that Task Force X is after him because the technology only activated when he was close by. He tells him, he then tells him that the general will hunt him down. He won't stop. He's a man so determined and so ruthless, he would burn the sky to get what he wants. Yeah, he's so determined and ruthless that he stopped Slade from further attacking Superman in order to save civilian lives. Yeah, he's so ruthless, but he has a heart of gold. Wow. So of course, the three stupid courtiers join up together now, and it's a CW show now. Then at the ending, the general comes back to the same Cadmus base after the two interspecies bestiality weirdos leave and the base is now abandoned. The general shows up there, and he has Ivo, and he wants Ivo to develop technology for Cadmus to kill Superman. Why? We don't know, but Ivo was happy to do it. This show, after the last episode when I said, the stuff with Superman was actually kind of good, has just dropped in quality once again. They've turned Monsieur Marla and the brain into some weird interspecies, god-awful bestiality horse shit that nobody cares about. Lois is an annoying pain in the ass as usual. Jimmy really needs a life, and the fact that he knew Superman, he knew Clark Kent was Superman all along isn't very shocking at all. The episode just wasn't good. Not to mention the fact that Clark is once again a cock. How does this thing even supposed to make any sense anymore? You're not building a story at all, just push it together at random crap and expecting people to just enjoy it. Once again, this episode of My Adventure with Superman gets a 1 out of 5. And considering that next week we're going to be getting, this is supposed to be Mr. Mixel-Pillick, because apparently this show wasn't shitty enough. Take care.